Hello guys, my name is Xiong and today I'm back for another movie review for you guys. And today I'm gonna be talking about the highly anticipated and hyped movie called It. And it's the remake of the miniseries and the movie in the early 90s and late 90s, whatever. But today I'm gonna talk about the pros, what stand out to me, and the con. And I want to let you know that there's going to be spoiler in here. So I'm going to give you a moment to, go to watch my other movie review, or continue. So I'm going to give you a second here. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the pros. There are a lot of pros about this movie that I like and I enjoy watching. I have more pros than cons, just to let you guys know, and that definitely tells you that I will give this movie a good rating. So I'm gonna start out first of all, the Loser Club. The kids' actings are superb. They're believable. Their bond, their friendship with each other are believable. They are great together. The kids are really good and believable. And I want to point out the kid there who really stands out to me. First would be Jaden. Sorry if I pronounce your name correctly. As Billy, he's the leader of the group, and Finn Wolfhard as Richie Tozer as the loudmouth. He likes to curse. He's kind of the smart cat or the street smart kids. And then you have Jack as Eddie, and Wyatt Olaf personality was real, meaning that their acting was really hit on the spot. And like Eddie, I believe Eddie is the hypochondriac, like he has asthma or some kind of situation, and then Wyatt Olaf is just quiet and subdued. I hope I got that right, but either way, those characters are in the movies. And then also this movie have funny moments, strangely, because it's a scary movie. I wouldn't say scary movie, it's kind of a thriller, disturbing movie. And it have some humor. For example, I believe it's Eddie's that broke his arm, and he like, don't you fucking touch me, don't you fucking touch me. His arm is broken because I think it was Richie. It was Richie was like, can I see? And he's like, don't you fucking touch me. He's like in traumatic state. He's scared to death and he's scared for his life. And jumping off the cliff, these boys, they're spitting snot, and they competing who can throw a snot further, and they wanna jump off this cliff, but then Beverly just decided to jump, and then Richie with the loud mouth, he's like, what the fuck? And it was perfectly timed. The humor was perfectly timed, and that's really good. The three doors, let me hold that on. I like the funny that all the girls have interest in Beverly. Two in particular more interest, and the rest of the guys, the boys. And the sword, when they were in the sword going to find Georgie, and Richie was like, oh, I'm gonna get staph infection, I'm gonna get disease. He was making fun of Eddie. And at one point I thought it was Pennywise's voice, but it wasn't. It was just Richie kind of mocking Eddie. And then lastly, the last humor I think was when the team go in to Pennywise house, or what the well is, and that's the three doors, and then it's very scary, not really scary, and then the boys go into the not very scary, and then found out it was actually the very scary door, and they backed out. I thought it was funny because Pennywise was playing with them, really. And then also another standout would be Sophia. Sophia as Lily Marsh. She did a perfect job as a young lady, a young girl, exploring her, her world, her feminist side, boys, going on an adventure, that sort of thing. She's also traumatic herself, being abused by her father, and she does have her fear. Her fear is her father. So it was well developed, well character, well set up. And I love the fight scene, and they're throwing rock at each other, and Richie are like, rock fight! And they're throwing rock, and I thought it was funny. And I thought at one moment, I thought one of them was gonna die, but it didn't happen. And Richie is like, go suck your dad's ball, you some, I can't remember exactly. But it was funny, and it was also well timed too. And finally, I gotta talk about, not finally, but I gotta talk about Bill's Skarsgård as Pennywise. He did a superb job. He was scary. Like he was a scary Pennywise. He was a scary clown. He's really a deviation from Tim Curry's Pennywise. Totally different. This is straight up murderous, evil Pennywise. I love the acting, the superb. The water drilling from Pennywise mouth. I feel like, to me, it's like, okay, it's disturbing because he came out from a sleep and he's hungry, and that's kind of, to me, it's kind of indicating that he's fucking hungry and he want to eat kids. He's, like I say, he's pure evil. I love the tonality of his voice. At the beginning, his voice is very cheery, very friendly, but then he can change the tone. He can be rude. He's like, I'll kill you all. I was afraid where he was really great with his voice. I would like to see more depth in the seconds, in the sequels. What else? I love the scene where Ben is going to this the store, and then behind the back door of the store, and then he see this door kind of moving, and it opens up, and then he see Pennywise kind of, I think, being hanging. He's being hanged, and he starts shaking, and then he started waving, and you see his eye glowing, kind of gold. And it was like that scene is very, to me, it stick to my mind because it's almost not iconic, but disturbing yet memorable. So that's kind of a good thing. Also, projection coming to life. Maybe I'm gonna talk that about at the end. Let's see the next part. So I'll talk about the next part. Pennywise got that shark predatory personality. He could smell. He can almost smell what the kids are located. He can smell the fears. He can detect. There was one point where in the movie there was Richie and Billy were telling each other, "It's not real. It's not real. It's not real." And then Pennywise actually turned his head and ignore Eddie, and like he can almost smell them not being scared. He can smell them, and he at one point actually say, "Is this real enough?" And he was like playing. He was like he's almost angry at them. And he also liked to play with food, and I think when he like it when they are scared when he eat them. So that's kind of and then I believe these other part in the CGI. No, I'm gonna do this now. There's a part where Bill went downstairs and he see. Billy go downstairs and he see George, and George say, "Oh, come down here with me and you'll float too." And then the kid starts saying, "You'll float too," in a really disturbing manner, and the kid did a really good job. And then Pennywise just like flip him down, as he was like a puppet, and that was like, holy shit, like to me it was like playing with their mind. He was like really coming after Billy. And then another, that's it. And now I'm going to talk about the CGI and the practical effect. It was effective. There are some scenes where it look a little not well polished, but overall was really great. Some of my favorite fears or favorite scene would be the twisted face or the twisted eye. It came to life, and it came after Eddie. And at one point, we all see that Pennywise actually had his whole face, on top of Eddie, and Eddie was scared shitless, And then the lepers, the leper after, I believe, it's Eddie or one of the characters. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but yeah, a leper is basically a people who are really sick and degenerate, that sort of thing. And then also Beverly's the abusive father. Her father was really a sexual predator. He's like a pedophilia. He was a predator. He was like a predator, pretty much, kind of like Pennywise. So those are the the thing that kind of stands out to me, and also that Pennywise was at the end. Pennywise were able to project the fear of each kid as he's fighting them, and it was interesting. It was like he was fighting them. It's to me he have great powers. He have all these power and magic thing that an illusion he could put out. And another great CGI would be the part with Pennywise when Eddie falls down, broke his arm, and I believe it was when he broke his arm, and then this refrigerator, and then you see Pennywise all contorted and walking out of the refrigerator. That's creepy as shit. Remind me of The Grudge or The Ring. And it was like, okay, this Pennywise is really fucked up. And then also another favorite scene would be when the kids are in the garage and they had this old school projectors, and the Pennywise just and then all suddenly it's start flipping really fast, and there's one scene with the parents and the family, and you see the mother, and it's actually not the mother, it's actually Pennywise, and then Pennywise get closer and closer, and they kick the projector down, and then there's a blank screen, and then Pennywise just pop out as an enormous Pennywise with sharp teeth coming after the kid. I thought that was great. I thought that's probably not disturbing, it was scary. It really got to me, wow, this is great CGI. And then I'm gonna talk about the bully group. They were believable. They were evil. They were cruel. They're not human. Let's just say that. Nicholas and Henry Bauer, he did a superb job as the I guess supporting villain, you can say. He was brutal. He was evil. He killed his own father. He was pushed by Pennywise. And because Pennywise was on the TV, and then Pennywise was like, kill him, kill him, kill him. And, it was he was pushing the kid who was already on the blood rage. And like I said, Henry Bauer went on a blood rage, to kill this loser kid. And then Ben actually cut an H or a pound sign on Ben's stomach, and that was that's just cruel, So those are the bully group, and he's the one that stands out the most, and you get the most screen time. The standout moment for me, there was a lot of standout moment to me. One would be Beverly being pulled by hairs and going into the sink, and then blood splattering out, and it's all everywhere, and she's traumatized. She's screaming top of her lungs. Her father comes in, and she's like, don't you see all the blood? Don't you see? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anything. She's fucked up. She's scared shitless. She's just like, what the fuck just happened? She's just like, my father doesn't even believe me, my abusive father, and she's just like traumatized to the extreme. She like, it's probably one of those moments she won't forget. And then another scene would be, so after this event, she wait for the boys to come, and they go to the bathroom and they see that, holy shit, there's blood everywhere, And to me, at that point, it tells me that all the kids are able to see each other's fear, to see their fears, and I thought that was unique, because generally in most movies, we don't tend to see other characters' fear. We only see their fear by their own experience, but not when other in the movie see their characters, their friends, fear, and that was like unique. And I'm like, they did show that in the original, the Tim Curry movies a little bit, but this was at a young age, so it's like, shit. If you as a kid see blood everywhere, you're like, fuck, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? So that to me was a great addition, a great thing to add to the movie, a little bit of spice, a little bit more ingredient to the movie. But the great thing is that Billy, as the leader of the group, like, what, we're gonna come as a group, we gotta clean up this shit, all this blood, and they actually clean, and they kind of bring them together, and I thought that was great. And then also, let's see, Billy had two great scenes. First scene was like, after that happened, something happened, I can't remember, and Billy like, fuck this, I'm gonna go straight up to the warehouse and go fucked up Pennywise. And then he goes, and I believe, no, it was after the disturbing scene, the projector scene, I think that's right. So he like, man, fuck this, I'm gonna go to the warehouse and fucked up Pennywise, I don't give a shit. And then he gave us a speech of like, I feel more brave than going to his house, going after Pennywise, than actually being at my own house, and being and sitting in my own house, because every day he's being reminded of his little brother George, of not being there, his clothes, his toys, and that sort of stuff. It's like that killed him slowly and painfully, where this is quick and fast, it's scared. So he's like telling the group, what, if you don't want to follow me, shit, it's okay, I'm gonna go and do it myself. And it kind of brings the team together, so that was good. And another scene was like, so Pennywise got Billy, and then Billy was like, what, I dragged you guys into this, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, please guys, just run for your life, leave me be, and this way I will be with my brother George. Just go. But then another great scene would be followed by that would be Richie. He like, man, fuck this shit, it's all your fault, god damn it, you're the one that put all of us in there, you got me scared shitless, and I'm just like, can't even sleep, I'm just like so fucking scared, I'm so angry at you, but you know what, I'm so fucking scared, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this clown Pennywise, and go grab and beat the shit out of Pennywise. I thought that was great, for character development, and the scenes. And then another scene would be, let's see here, Ben. When they find Beverly hanging lifeless in midair, and then they pull her down, and they try to like, Bev, trying to wake her up, and then he's decided, I'm gonna kiss her. And the boys are like, what the fuck you doing? What are you doing? The reaction was like priceless, And he kissed him, and she come back to life. He remembered the poems and stuff, and that was great. And also another one would be, yes, Pennywise got a hold of Penny, and this is before, this is before or after Billy, told the team to go, run for your life, and Penny was like, I will, just let me get this one, and they say, let me get this one, then I can go to sleep, and you guys will live to be old, and so forth, whatever, not, And I felt that Pennywise was just hungry. Pennywise was desperate. Pennywise was like, he needed to eat or something, So I thought that was a great show of sort of his character, his ruthlessness, his character really. And finally, Billy approached his fear of his brother Georgie and actually pulling the plug on Pennywise George and just straight up shoot up in the head and really letting he actually cry and like blow his shoot the plug into his brother's forehead, and he really faced his fear and finally letting George just go. And I thought that was like, you know what, you earn it, you earn this this relief, and you earned this point from me really. And then let me see here. Oh, and also Georgie and Pennywise at the beginning, it was brutal. I mean, Pennywise was just playing with this kid. You know, it was like child's play. Really, it's child's play. He's playing with the kid. Setting him up for the meal, setting him up for the kill. And, George reached in and Pennywise just opened his shirt mouth and just ate his arm. I mean, it was just disturbing. And he was just like, I'm surprised he didn't yell, but he was just scared to death. He just like, you could see the blood crawling, coming out of his arm, and he's just trying to like run for his life. And Pennywise just grabbed him by the leg and just dragged him down to the sewer. And I thought that was, to me, that was just like, damn, that really hit me. This little kid, and he's being killed by this demonic penny clown, and he lost his life. And I thought it really got to me, and it set the tone for the rest of the movie. They did that really good job. They did it really good. And the movie itself is disturbing. It's dismembered body, disfigured characters, blood, everywhere, disturbing image, that sort of stuff. So it received its rating R for sure. The con, now I'm gonna talk about the con. It's the characters in the movies are really super stereotyped. It's a lot of Caucasian. Yes, I understand it takes place in the 80s. I get it, but still, there's only one African American, one girl. Need more diversity. Hey, where's the Asian? Where's the Hispanic? Where's the Muslim? I want to see a little bit more diverse cast. I guess it's just me, but I am fine with the choice that they have. The movie overall is good, and I understand that not all movies are perfect to my liking. And it's only because it's directed by another director and not me. I'm willing to kind of like forgive that. But those are the point I'm pointing out to you guys. Need more character development and history for Ben, Mike, and Henry. We don't really get to see much about them. They don't have much screen time. Yeah, I understand you don't have all the time to develop in the histories and in the movie. Yes, I understand. And this movie is already 2 hours long. And granted, I would not mind seeing another 30 minutes, maybe 30 more minutes, because I want it to be, how Pennywise would say, good for the kills. Because the movie is so good that I want to learn about all the individual characters. That's why I wanted a little bit longer. And Ben and Mike's fears are a little weak, not as scary or disturbing. Ben is, this fire scene, slaughter scene, being burned, to me doesn't disturb me at all. And then Ben scene with the headless body being chased, that just isn't disturbing, doesn't really strike me. But overall, it sort of, gave him some fear, but to me, it doesn't really disturb me, it doesn't scare me. It doesn't have that Pennywise scary impact. And then also, it's a lack of creative shot, scenes. Not scene, but creative shots, cinematography, camera movement, lightings, what else? Sound effect and scores. And then the scary moment were not long enough. They're really short. I wish there was some scary scene was just a little bit longer, maybe a little slower, longer, kind of marinated. Let it linger around a little bit longer. Not so long, but just a little bit longer than what it already is. So that way it stay with us a little bit longer. The kids are not smart as they are. You know, when you go fight against a supernatural clown, you better bring something to beat this clown up. But that's just a picky part, you know. I mean, when you're a kid, you don't really think about, you know, hey, I better bring a gun or a knife or a bat or some shit, you know, to beat up this clown, you know. But you know, I'm willing to put that aside and just you know, a thing I noticed. So this movie review is a little bit long, but I want to give you guys the full meat of this movie, the spoiler all of it for you guys. And I want you to know that this movie is a really great thriller movie, scary thriller movie I've seen so far in a long time. This is the first time I watched it in a long time. All these other scary movie thriller, it's blood and gory. It just doesn't appeal to me. It's not intelligent. It's not smart. It's not funny. It's not humorous. It's not, doesn't have all the ingredients that I'm looking for in a movie. Even if it's scary thriller movie, it should have some humor in it. And this really fit the bills for it. And the director, you did a really good job, and I give you kudos. And hopefully you direct the next one. I really do. And spoiler, this chapter is only chapter 1, and it's gonna be chapter 2. And I'm thinking it might be chapter 2 and chapter 3. You know, you have the beginning, the middle, and the end. That's what I'm thinking, because that's how, you know, story are set. You know, you have beginning, middle, and end. So we'll see. This movie is great. I have some laugh, I have some scary moment, at the story moment. It was a mixture of emotion, and that was great. I really liked it. So the rating I would give this movie would be an 8 out of 10. Again, guys, an 8 out of 10. I would definitely highly recommend that you go watch this movie in the theater with a group of friends. And enjoy the movie as it is. And it's a good movie, a good scary movies. So yeah, guys, I want to say thank you for your time and effort to watching my movie review, my long ass movie review, for sure. But I thank you so much, and please, guys, please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also browse my channel for other movie reviews that you have missed. And please do it. Subscribe too. That's all I got for you guys today. Take care and peace. Bye bye.